Hey, so this is Sarah from Embolden Adventures, and I'm going live on Instagram right now. I'm in the middle of Times Square, and as I was going to press play, all these cop cars showed up, and there's a police escort, so I'm curious, maybe it's the mayor or the governor. But yeah, this is me here. Hey, hi guys. Hey Ellie, hey Nishan. So yeah, check it out, Times Square right here. 2020. I was here right when the ball dropped soon after, and here we are again with a bunch of influencers. There's no one really around other than a bunch of people with video cameras trying to take some pictures. I'm curious who this person is. Let's check it out. Coming through. Hello. So yeah, so we're not under quarantine here in New York City. Hey guys. Just social distance, I suppose. And quite frankly, I was getting stir crazy and cabin fever. So what better way than to go outside and get some fresh air and check out what's going on in Times Square. So here I am. I was walking along Fifth Avenue before, and it was quite quiet because all the stores are closed down because of the tourists, right? There's no tourists here coming in. So naturally all those stores on Fifth Avenue just aren't in business right now. And so it feels like, nothing is that kind of out of the ordinary here in New York City. This is my city. I live here. You know what this feels like a little bit? While it is St. Patrick's Day, clearly we can see the Irish clovers here, but it sort of feels like, when you're coming home at night, maybe around 1 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3, and nobody's really around, everyone's sleeping. When I was in my apartment before, it was super quiet, as if, I don't know if you guys are Game of Thrones fans, but it felt like, everyone was waiting for the White Walkers to show up, and it was eerily quiet in my apartment. No horns, no sirens, no nothing. But yeah, it's still kind of active here in Times Square. Like I said, Fifth Avenue was a little quiet. Rockefeller Center, we had a handful of tourists taking pictures, by the ice rink. Legoland's closed. All the stores are closed. This is Broadway. Broadway's closed. Lots of cops hanging out here, but there's really no enforcement. Just socially distance. And, stay safe. We obviously don't want to infect each other. We want to wash our hands. We're smart. We know the rules. We know how to care for one another. But at the same time, I think, as we start staying indoors, me personally, I'm going to feel an itch to want to get outside and get some fresh air. And I feel like, you see some people, lots of influencers with their cameras in their hands, riding around. There was a guy on an electric skateboard earlier kind of cruising down, taking some videos. Some people just kind of hanging out, need for some social companionship. And the more we do this, I think the days ahead, we're going to want to get outside and kind of see what's going on here. So here's Times Square, live, in action, nothing exciting, just here we are, 2020. And we got Back to the Future guy here. What I think I'm going to do is maybe I'll get some more videos as we walk up Fifth Avenue again, and I make my way home after getting some fresh air. But yeah, nothing going on. Otherwise, there's a Back to the Future guy here. Take a picture of you. I already am. You're live. Say hey.
What's up?
Hey, on Instagram. All right then. Well, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'll be live soon again. Bye. Okay, I'm back again, and here we are in Radio City, up on 6th Avenue, Avenue of the Americas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through, hey Carl, thanks for joining. I'm going to walk through past Radio City onto Rockefeller Center, and then we'll go up, we'll do a quick walk up Fifth Avenue. We could see, how quiet this city is. I don't know, hey Carl. for me, this kind of feels like a great bonding moment for the world. It feels sort of similar as if, we are collectively experiencing a big blizzard that's about to happen. We're all going to hunker down and take some time to, reflect, relax, stay safe, and keep warm. And while that happens, New York City always seems to come alive in its own way, where things are closed because of, let's say, this pending blizzard. But at the same time, we find a way to continue to live and to continue to have fun and to continue to get out there and, socialize. And in this case, we're socially distant socializing. But we're not quarantined. New York City has not been quarantined. But people are taking it easy, staying in. I, on the other hand, am going for a walk by myself with you guys. So hey, thanks for joining. Hello. And so I guess the theme for the next few weeks, I'm sure you feel this as well, is going to be virtual, right? I'm already seeing on my house music, yo, Mike, Marty, he's on too, Carl. How you doing, Mike? Thanks for joining. So yeah, hey, here's Radio City. But I'm on this Facebook group called Classics. And since like 2 weeks ago, about 22,000 people are now part of this group. And they totally love all the old school house music that was here in New York City, like in the 90s and the early 2000s. So it's like this big kind of bridge and tunnel kind of crowd that is part of this house music kind of book. That they are doing right now, which we're getting super excited about, is not only are the DJs doing kind of live virtual set lists, like Bob Sinclair actually was doing a live set list from his, yo, what's up? Yeah. He's doing it. See, socially distanced, still having fun. And so this is why you love New York. There's always something going on. So we can't sit tight and sit in. If they expect us to, it's still processing this. I know it's day 2, right? New York City. But, people are going to find a way to come out. And like I said, like in the blizzard conditions, when there's a blizzard coming here, we find a way to still socially kind of interact. And in the case of this Classics Facebook group I'm in, people are actually doing dance-offs. So someone will videotape themselves dancing to some like 90s house music hit, and then it's like, okay, your turn, you follow. And so it's a good back and forth. So I think, like I said, I think this is the theme right now. We're going to virtually be interacting, and here you go. So here's my vantage point of Radio City, the flags of the world. So this is, to me, a very kind of symbolic, foreshadowing, right? We're all together. The world is, look how still these flags are. The world is like still right now. We're all kind of waiting, as I said earlier. Hey, John Chin. Waiting for the White Walkers to come, like in Game of Thrones. It's super quiet. It's eerily quiet in my apartment anyway. No horns, no sirens. It's just quiet. I think people are just hunkering down and waiting for this quote-unquote blizzard. But yeah, you can see here's Rockefeller Center, where the tree usually stands. And ahead is the Today Show where they film. So that's going to be busy tomorrow, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not watching TV, so I try not to listen to the, to the news, really, because it does feel hysterical a little bit. But I'm curious if Today Show has their audience outdoors now. They probably are socially distancing that, too. But yeah, you can see here, nobody is ice skating. It is still, I guess it's the last day of winter, or spring's coming soon, so we should have some ice skaters, technically. There is the beautiful, I don't even know what that is, gold statue. That's infamous. Nobody's here, and it's only 10-ish o'clock, 10:30, I don't know what time it is. No audience. I know, it's all me. It's all us. We're just kind of watching this unfold and seeing kind of what's next. So yeah, Radio City, so beautiful. Nobody is here. Hey Lillian, happy St. Patrick's Day to you guys. Hope you had fun. Hi Achilles. Hey, I wish you could play your trombone right now. We have an empty place and only me talking in this neighborhood. hardly anyone's here. Beautiful Rockefeller Center. And so, oh, for the Today Show, yeah, I know. There's no audience for the Today Show. I see, Carl. Yeah, nobody's filming. It's just going to be without people outside. So there you go. There's the beautiful Rockefeller Center. Yeah, why not? You should have a concert, Achilles. Why not? Make it virtual. That's what I was saying just now. Like, there's a Facebook group called The Classics. Everyone's into like house music, the British and Tunnel crowd, and everyone's doing like dance-offs and DJ events from their living room. You know, some of these DJs are turning their turntables for a virtual audience. So yeah, here's Legoland. Legoland's closed. Everything is closed here on Fifth Avenue when I was walking by before. And, you know, we'll do a quick walk up Fifth Avenue so you can see. And hopefully I can keep my battery going. I probably should have charged my phone before I left. I wanted to just clear my head. It feels pretty bananas about what's going on right now. I don't know what to make heads or tails of it. I clearly was away for 5 weeks in Morocco. What was it? The middle of the rainforest, Peru, where we had no contact with the outside world at all for 2 weeks. And then onward to southern Peru and Bolivia. And South America was one of the latter kind of areas to be hit with this coronavirus. Hey. No, thank you. Good price. All right, thanks. But, so I've been, there's no need for shelter in place. Looks like people are already doing it. Yeah, I know, Carl. I know. There is no, I know, that's what I'm saying. No shelter in place. We don't need to quarantine, I don't think. But who knows? Like, I was late to the game with this news. There's St. Patrick's Cathedral on St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day on St. Patrick's Cathedral. Yeah, so there is, I agree. Like, so I guess, you know, when I was looking at a timeline today, you know, things really started to pick up, I guess, in late January when I was leaving for Morocco. And I had kind of been far removed for the 5 weeks. There's Radio City this way. As this stuff has been kind of starting to brew. And so when I guess I came home, I was just like in disbelief. Like, what is going on here? Look, this is Fifth Avenue. Hey! People are calling my name. Fifth Avenue is empty. Look at this. There's the Empire State Building up there. All green for St. Patrick's Day. But nobody's here to celebrate. What a shame. This is where the parade would have been. Up Fifth Avenue today. Beautiful view of the Saks Fifth Avenue flags. I think Saks is closed even, because I got an email from Bloomingdale's that they shut down their store. And like Macy's is closed for a week. All this stuff is closing, man. And so yeah, here's St. Patrick's Cathedral on St. Patrick's Day. There's the flag, Irish flag. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. An empty New York City. Although there's some cars here up Fifth Avenue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue taking you on my little walk. And thanks for joining. There's the Atlas. He's not shrugging to this virus, so that's good. Let's a reminder for us to all stay strong and stay hygienically healthy. So yeah, so here we are. I mean, I come back from this long trip, and I guess I was kind of late to the game about really the news about this virus. So I've been kind of fighting this idea that this feels a little bit much. The quarantining and the self-isolation and, you know, how bad is this virus? But, you know, I heard some news today. I made a concerted effort to listen to the governor of New York and the mayor out here in New York. And so I guess it's like hour by hour, they're really kind of just trying to see ultimately what's going to happen here in New York City. Because I think we have about 900 cases now. So it's starting to pick up. We're a city of about 9 million, I believe. I think it's 9 million. And, yeah, and we're coming in from all over the world, so chances are we're a hotbed for this stuff. But I'm still confident. I'm still all right. I still feel okay. I'm confident for our city. I'm confident for us. Yeah, so let's keep walking. I'll take you up the streets, and then I'll leave you. You guys enjoy the rest of the night. But I also put a video just now sent me a request to be in my live video. I don't know what that means, but sure, why not? I don't know who's... Sure. Alright, someone... I don't know how this works, but sure, why not? Hi. Smile 6. Welcome to my show. The Embolden Adventures show up 5th Avenue. So yeah, you can see, like, Versace, right? Here's Versace. Look, it's closed. Oh, it's upside down. But they're closed. Everything up here is closed. 5th Avenue. The Nike store is closed. I walked by it earlier. There's a big message in the window. I think this is closed. The Cartier store. But chances are it will be soon. And then we'll take a walk by Trump Tower and take a view. But like I said, this feels like when... Oh, hey, Lillian. Thanks for joining. So yeah, no, this... I don't know about you guys, Lillian, Carl, Maudie, but this like feels like, you know, when you're out late, you're getting home, you're looking for a cab, and it's just kind of a quiet night. You know, you're kind of done for the night, so it doesn't feel all that bad. So far, we're not mandated to stay indoors. But this definitely is going to have an impact on the economy, that's for sure. Because look, this is 5th Avenue. This is always very busy with tourists during the day. It's a hot shopping area, and you know, most of these stores are closed. And for how long? Who knows? Yeah, here's one. Here's a video. What does this say? We are therefore we are reducing hours of operation. All right, so there's another, and then here's another one, temporary opening hours. So yeah, so they're all adjusting. We're going on a little walk here. Hope I'm keeping you company. I think what I want to do, I don't think food tours are probably a good idea right now. We're probably socially distancing each other and probably have to wear bubble suits to eat food. But at some point when this thing calms down, you know, maybe we'll do some more fun stuff around the city and beyond. I know that I've been asked this week to do another pizza tour. I think we could probably do that one in Mount Vernon, Mike. And I don't know, like right now, I just got back from Peru, and my last day on that trip, I was in Lima. And Lima, the last day I ate these delicious cookies called alfajores, I think they're called. And now I'm on this mission to find the best alfajore in the city, the tri-state area. So I wrote a list. There's 5th Avenue, no one on the road, of here's one this way, 5th Avenue, no one on the road. I wrote a list of all the South American bakeries that are here in New York City. Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. I checked some out in Portchester. There's a few in New Jersey, like West New York and near Hoboken, Jersey City. And so I've already been eating these alfajores that they have, and of the 16 places I've kind of identified, I've had 9 already. And so I'm going to do a little write-up about what's the best in my opinion based on the barometer that is the ones that I had in Lima, Peru. What they are, they're little pastry, very kind of like they're white, they're almost like Oreo cookies, but with dulce de leche as the center. Yeah, there you go. Everything's kind of quiet. Even the churches are closed. Like the church we're gonna walk by before has a note in the window that says they're just doing online prayer services. Yeah, we'll go by Trump Tower, then I'll say goodbye. So yeah, so yesterday I decided, because again, like I get kind of cabin fever by this time, and I got in my scooter, my electric scooter, because de Blasio said on his press release, or press conference yesterday, that while they are illegal, he's going to waive any sort of violations of electric bikes for the delivery guy. So I'm like, well, that means I'm getting on my scooter. And so, yeah, that's exactly what I did. I rode my scooter yesterday in that cold weather, all the way up to Harlem and Spanish Harlem, to get these alfajores at these 2 bakeries, one on I believe it was, what is it, Frederick Douglass Boulevard, that's right, and 119th Street. And then the other one was St. Nicholas Avenue and 161st Street. And I gotta say, here's the peninsula. This is where Hillary Clinton was staying during when there was the election. Remember when Trump and Clinton were going at it? And she was here in the peninsula. This was kind of her ground zero before the she was going to go to the Javits Center, thinking she was going to win the nomination or the presidency. And Trump Tower is literally right here. And this was his headquarters. So they literally were this close to each other during the time of that kind of election. And, you know, while I live near here, it's very interesting to hear the helicopters by my apartment the whole time. And you almost could hear, like, when things started shifting around 9 o'clock, when Trump started getting more votes than Clinton, you could hear, like, the noise of the helicopters, and they started getting more active. And then I heard finally the sirens of the police escort, and I think they were taking Clinton down to the Javits Center so she could do her sad speech rather than her happy speech. So yeah, I always found that very interesting because she was at the peninsula, and here's Trump Tower right here, and they were just so close to each other. This is why sometimes watching things on TV, it doesn't give you the real perspective. So yeah, here's Dolce & Gabbana, Armani. Oh, here it is. See, look, building closed. This is the church. Yeah, see, worship services online. And, you know, this is another thing I wonder, like, these people who are homeless, like, we need to care for them too during this time. Everyone's, you know, trying to be kind and well, we always should be kind, obviously, but kind and considerate. I don't know if these, you know, everyone in the city gets the health care they deserve and need, especially if, you know, they're outside. Maybe they get sick too with this virus. Like, how are they cared for, right? Like, how can hospitals help them too? Like, this is serious for that reason alone, because there's so many people here, and, you know, maybe only so many hospital beds for this pandemic. So yeah, I hope you all stay safe. I'm trying my best. I'm socially distancing. See, no one's here. Just me. Haven't touched any doorknobs. Trying to be healthy. But yeah, what I've done is I'm eating my reishi mushrooms, which I posted about on Facebook yesterday. The reishi mushroom is what we learned about in the Amazon rainforest when I was there. They have really great autoimmune kind of protections and properties. So I got a bunch of tea, reishi mushroom tea for immune system boosts. And then I've been, you know, eating fresh vegetables, greens, washing my hands. There's Trump Tower right there. Everything's cornered off as usual. And trying to just keep my immune system healthy and not overdoing things. So yeah, so yesterday, to finish the story real quick, I took the scooter up to Spanish Harlem, turned around, got my alfores, and then went back. And so yeah, so right now, the one in Spanish Harlem, I met this really nice lady. Her name is Ignacia. She's the chef, or the pastry chef of that Sweet Life Bakery on Broadway and 161st Street. Not St. Nicholas Avenue, it's Broadway. So there's Trump Tower right here. And I gotta say, she made the best alfajores so far. It's 9.5 out of 10 of the ones I've tried, and closest to the ones I had in Peru. So once I'm done there, I still have some more to eat. I got a lot of Lower East Side bakeries to go to, and some in Brooklyn, and then 2 left in New Jersey to check out. My friend Melissa, who lives in I think Harrison, New Jersey, she said, you know, those bakeries are really good, the South American ones that I had on my list. So chances are they may win, but you'll stay tuned and find out. Hey, Wowie 10, how are you doing? Well, tell everyone I said hi. I hope your grandfather's doing fine. So yeah, here's the last bit of my Fifth Avenue tour. Not much going on otherwise. It's kind of quiet. Got all these stores. So yeah, so I guess it begs the question, like, how can we hold on to kind of self-isolating and kind of having this economy really kind of stay still for a little bit? Like, how much can we really kind of live with this? And I hope we can hold on, and it's just a little blip, and we're all safe and healthy, and, you know, I hope we're in in good spirits. You're eating your vegetables, drinking your mushroom tea, as I said, the reishi mushroom, being in good spirits. And so, yeah, so welcome to my world. Here it is, Fifth Avenue, Central Park's up that way, Apple Store, Trump Tower, Fifth Avenue, no one here really. And so, yeah, so, okay, here's Sarah, Embolden Adventures. Stay safe, everyone. Be well. I'm rooting for you. I think we got this. We're coming together well. Positive vibes. Good vibes to everybody. And hope to see you soon. Definitely virtually, so I'm going to keep trying to do this. Keep us occupied as we're stuck indoors. But be sure to get outside, see some sunshine, eat your vegetables, do all good things. Think about travel, because once this is all over, I'm sure you're going to be itching to want to get back on a plane, on the road, and seeing some cool things. So, all right, that's it for now. Be well, everyone.